Tim Cook doesn't wake up at 4 in the morning. He wakes up at 3:45. Oprah's up by 4. Dwayne Johnson hits the gym before the sun exists. Mark Wahlberg's entire first workout is done before most people's alarms even go off. The 4 a.m. club has become this obsession across social media. Everyone's convinced that waking up early is the secret to success. But here's the thing. The real reason successful people wake up at 4 in the morning has absolutely nothing to do with what you think. And when you understand what they're actually doing, it changes everything. Society has sold you a simple equation. Wake up early equals automatic success. Just set your alarm earlier and suddenly you'll be a millionaire. It's everywhere. Every productivity guru, every self-help book, every motivational Instagram post, they show you Tim Cook sending emails before dawn, Oprah meditating while it's still dark, The Rock posting gym selfies at 4:30 in the morning. And the message is clear. If you want to be successful, you need to join the 4 a.m. club, so people try it. They set their alarms for 4 in the morning, drag themselves out of bed, and force themselves through a morning routine they saw online. Someone tried it for 2 weeks and called it absolutely miserable. They were exhausted, cranky, and their productivity actually dropped. But the studies seem to back it up. 71% productivity for people who wake at 4 a.m. compared to 36% for people who wake at 11. The numbers look impressive. Wake up early, get more done, become successful. Simple, right? But here's what the studies don't tell you. There's a dark side to the 4 a.m. obsession that nobody talks about. A University of Westminster study found that people who wake up early actually have higher stress hormone levels throughout the day. Not lower, higher. Misaligning your natural body clock increases your risk of stroke, heart attack, and a whole list of health problems. If you're waking up at 4 but not going to bed by 7:30 or 8 at night, you're accumulating sleep debt. And that debt destroys you. J.K. Rowling, one of the most successful authors on the planet, was asked about waking up at 4 a.m. Her response? Piss off. Because she understands something most people miss. To wake up at 4 in the morning and actually be functional, you have to sacrifice your entire evening. No dinner parties, no concerts, no social life after 6 p.m. You're in bed while the rest of the world is still awake. And if you're not getting 8.5 hours of sleep consistently, you're setting yourself up for weight gain, increased risk of Alzheimer's, chronic loneliness, and a cascade of other problems. So why do billionaires keep doing it? If it's so terrible for your health and social life, why are the most successful people on earth still waking up before dawn? Here's the truth. It's not about the time. It's about control. Successful people wake up early because they want to own their first hours before the world owns them. Before the emails start flooding in. Before people start making demands, before the interruptions and emergencies and fires that need putting out. Lewis Reeves explained it perfectly. He said waking up early is about beating the world up and gaining free time. It's not about being more productive than someone who wakes up at 7 or 8. It's about having agency over your day. Starting on your terms instead of reacting to everyone else's urgency from the moment you open your eyes. The alarm clock isn't the secret. The control is. But there's something even more important they're protecting. The real secret is the sacred morning window. Uninterrupted deep work time. Arthur Brooks, a Harvard professor who studies happiness, wakes up at 4:30 every morning. Not because he's obsessed with productivity hacks. Because he gets 2 full hours of flow state work done before the rest of the world wakes up. Before emails exist. Before calls start coming in. Before notifications start blowing up his phone. Before anyone needs anything from him. An entrepreneur once said that after 8 in the morning, his day belongs to his team. Meetings, calls, decisions, putting out fires. But those hours before 8, those belong to him. That's when he does his most important work. The deep thinking, the strategic planning, the creative projects that actually move his business forward. This isn't about productivity, it's about protection. Protecting the time when your mind is freshest and sharpest from being devoured by everyone else's priorities. And what they do with that time reveals everything. Here's the surprise. They don't jump straight into work emails. Oprah spends 20 to 30 minutes meditating every morning. Arianna Huffington does the same. Richard Branson exercises when his cortisol levels are naturally highest, turning that stress hormone into physical energy instead of anxiety. Many successful people spend their early morning hours reading, thinking, planning without any pressure or deadlines looming. The pattern is consistent. They invest in themselves first. Self-care before taking care of business. Meditation before meetings. Exercise before emails. Personal growth before professional demands. They use that protected time to sharpen themselves so they can perform at their peak when the rest of the world wakes up and needs them. But here's the part nobody talks about. To wake up at 4 in the morning and actually function, you must be asleep by 7:30 or 8 p.m. That's not optional. Peter Shankman, who swears by his 4 a.m. routine, admits he's exhausted. In a good way, he says, but exhausted nonetheless. Missing evening social time, missing family dinners, missing entertainment and relaxation that most people consider normal life. One CEO shared that he's in bed by 10 p.m. religiously, and even then, he sometimes falls asleep watching TV because his body is so trained to shut down early. The real question isn't whether waking up at 4 a.m. works. It's whether that trade-off is worth it for you. Are you willing to sacrifice your evenings, your social life, your spontaneity? Most people chase the wake-up time without accepting the lifestyle that comes with it. They want the 4 a.m. productivity without the 7:30 p.m. bedtime. That's not how it works. You can't cheat sleep. And when you try, your body makes you pay. Which brings us to the uncomfortable truth. It doesn't work for most people. Adam Grant, organizational psychologist, put it simply. Successful people work on schedules that work for them, not schedules they copied from someone else. If you're naturally a night owl and you force yourself to wake up at 4 in the morning, you're fighting your biology. You'll accumulate sleep debt. Your performance will suffer. Your health will deteriorate. Studies show that shifting night owl schedules earlier can work if done properly over time. But copying someone else's routine blindly? That fails. The danger is real. Sleep deprivation increases anxiety, depression, and chronic disease risk. Someone's perfect routine might literally destroy your health. Just because Tim Cook thrives at 3:45 in the morning doesn't mean you will. Just because The Rock dominates at 4 doesn't mean your body operates the same way. Trying to force yourself into someone else's schedule while ignoring your natural rhythms is a recipe for misery. So what's the real lesson here? Success isn't about 4 a.m. It's about intentional mornings. Creating uninterrupted time for what matters most to you. Whether that happens at 4 in the morning, 6, or even 9 doesn't actually matter. What matters is that you control the start of your day instead of letting your day control you. That you protect your priorities instead of immediately reacting to everyone else's emergencies. Design your optimal schedule. Don't copy someone else's. If you're naturally wired to wake up at 5:30 and that gives you 90 minutes of focused time before work, that's perfect. If you do your best creative thinking at 10 p.m. and structure your life around that, that works too. The time on the clock is irrelevant. The principle isn't. The real flex isn't waking up at some specific time, it's having the discipline to protect your priorities regardless of when they happen. Successful people don't wake up at 4 in the morning because there's something magical about that hour. They do it because it allows them to own their time before the world tries to own them. They create boundaries, they protect their peak performance hours, they invest in themselves before investing in everyone else's problems. But the time itself? That's just a detail, a preference, a personal choice based on their biology and circumstances. Stop copying routines like they're blueprints for success. They're not. They're customized solutions for specific people with specific lives and specific goals. Your job isn't to wake up at 4 a.m. because some billionaire does. Your job is to figure out when you do your best work and then protect that time like your life depends on it. Because in many ways, it does. The question isn't, should I wake up at 4 in the morning? The question is, when do I do my best work and how do I protect that time from being stolen by distractions, demands, and other people's priorities? Answer that question. Design your life around that answer. And stop worrying about what time successful people set their alarms. They're not successful because of the time. They're successful because they took control of their time. Now you do the same.